did you used to call it? Used to call it like it was like a San Antonio dick around
like a Tallahassee steamer. Like that.
It's like a dick around. It was like a something dick, a Kansas City dick
Kansas
around,
City dick
or
around, sure. That's a classic.
Downtown dick around or something. I don't know what it was.
Casey.
But that's what this is going to be.
This is going to be a Kansas City dick around?
Well, maybe not Kansas City, but some kind of a dick around.
Really?
That's all it is. So we're just going to dick around, and we're going to like catch up on things that we need to catch up on, and talk about stuff that needs fixed, and just like do segments we haven't done that we've been dying to do, but they just haven't come up. So we're going to ram them in there. So it's just going to be
the old Spokane ram. We're going to ram them in there,
just like Spokane.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a dick around, and it's going to be an experiment. We'll see if it could be really fun. It could be a disaster. We don't really know.
Look,
it could be in between.
I mean, that's every podcast with us.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have some fun. And if you're dying to hear something about LA Confidential on this particular episode, you might be out of luck. We'll see. We'll probably get into it.
Now we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
We're going to get there. Okay, good.
We're going to get there.
Okay, good.
Totally.
In that case, welcome everyone to Confidentially Speaking.
A better way to dick around.
There you have it.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I wanted to do,
this guy's got an agenda.
Well, no.
This is what you should know. The guy's got an agenda. He's got a punch list, which is what guys of his ilk call it.
Even at a dick around, I show up to my dick arounds with an agenda.
He's a punch list dick around guy. He's got an itemized. He's got their subsets.
I've got it printed out.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it out to everybody before we start dicking around, so everyone knows the score, what we're done dick around about.
I show up to a dick around with my around and the other thing, and that's all. That's it.
All right, I'd like to call this dick around to order. Can we have some order, please?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, so I wanted to do. There was something that's been bothering me for a while.
This guy gets bothered,
and I just wanted to housekeep it. So can we do that?
I mean, yeah.
40-year-old men are so often wrong. So here is our housekeeping song.
All right. So ever since what?
One of us is definitely saying 40-year-old.
Yeah, I heard 40. I think there's a 50 in there though.
Well, you argued.
I did.
But I think one of us is definitely saying 40.
Do we? I wish I had
time to re-record.
I wish I had listened to it more carefully,
Well,
so we
I'm telling you,
housekeep that now. Now I have to do this in our next stick around.
Housekeeping, yeah, and I tried to do this last time.
I know you did it.
Sorry,
but I don't want to listen to it again.
All right,
do you?
I'd be happy to do it if it would get you on the right page. Like I just want you on the same page.
What's the page?
The page that one of us is saying 40, and maybe it's time for a re-record.
I know one of us is saying 40.
Oh, okay,
for sure. But I think I'm saying 50.
But I don't think that's true.
Yeah. I don't know. God damn it, we got to listen to it again. I told you it would be a dick around. Here it comes. Now listen, everyone listen please. Listen carefully. Be quiet and listen to this jingle very, very carefully. Don't say a word. Breathe. Take a deep breath first before I hit the button.
Damn it. What are you doing?
Okay, here we go.
40-year-old men are so often wrong. So here is our housekeeping song.
I definitely said 50.
You have never said 40 more clearly in all of your life than you did on that recording.
No, I said 50.
Every person singing says 40 in that recording.
I definitely heard myself say 50.
You did not.
I listened very carefully. Very carefully. And I heard 50.
I don't agree. I don't agree. I think we have to open this up to a widening listening audience.
Okay, so everybody please, you listen to it twice now. Chime in. We'll do a vote. Let us know if there's two people saying 40 or one saying 50 and one saying 40. Those are your two options.
Right.
I believe I'm saying 50-year-old men.
We all understand whose side we're on.
Men.
Everybody understands the stakes. We're all caught up.
So chime in, please.
Let us hear it.
Get at us on the email, confidentiallyspeakingpodcast@gmail.com, or on Blue Sky at, just search it. Search it on Blue Sky. I'll post and
What are the odds I can get you to agree to a re-record at some point anyway?
Yeah, sure. That's
Okay.
easy enough.
Great.
Yeah.
That's all I'm after, really.
So that you can say 50 also?
I want to also say 50.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, now I'm 50.
Great. Done.
Awesome.
We can do that. Okay. So here's what I wanted to housekeep. Ever since the first time we said the words Ted McGinley on this podcast, it's been nothing but trouble.
We're back
it's
to
just
this.
Been, it's just been a nightmare.
Well,
just has been plaguing me for weeks now.
Okay.
And one of the things I wanted to clean up was that I said that I believed Ted McGinley also, besides ruining Happy Days, also had ruined Welcome Back Kotter.
okay.
But he was never on Welcome Back Kotter.
Ever.
No, I don't believe so. So my apologies to Ted and the entire McGinley family that I would dare say such a thing.
We thank and apologize to all McGinleys. If you've ever been a McGinley, you know,
Or ever planned to be a
McGinley,
or even if you don't.
you're currently engaged to a McGinley.
Exactly. I'm sorry. And please, I just want to excommunicate this guy from my life.
We got to move on. We got to move on.
We got to move on. I'm so sick and tired of this guy that I just want to make that clear. He was not on Welcome Back Kotter. So, okay, can we just...
Ted.
Can someone please get this McGinley off my back?
That's $1.
That's $1.
That's $1. That's $1.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When I hear there's a house, when I hear that jingle,
Yep.
shivers me timbers.
Why?
It shivers me timbers.
Why?
That's a great expression, isn't it?
Yes, it really is.
Because they often get contentious.
Between you and me?
There's often a, well, wait a minute now. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You don't?
No, let's get into it. I don't understand you at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Some of our housekeepings over the years have been the closest I've been to punching you.
Really?
You know this.
That's fascinating.
You know this.
So you feel like...
It's when you come for me. It's when you get the pitchforks and the torches out and you and your little lynch mob come for me.
I see.
You come for Zumbo.
I see.
You understand?
I got you. Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case this time.
That was not today.
Good.
I revel in your mistakes. This was beautiful. This is great.
Well, I will try to keep it to my own mistakes and not housekeep your mistakes.
I don't want to be that guy. I'm certainly not beyond reproach. I need to face these things. I just don't do it with grace.
Gotcha.
So you'll have to be the brunt of that.
Okay.
But I still want to hear it.
Okay.
It's part of the betterment plan.
Right.
The zipping.
The zipping.
The Zumbo improvement plan.
That's right.
Right?
Or the zumbling, as it sometimes has been called.
Well, there was a zumbling, which led to the zipping.
Right.
Zumbling into zipping.
Right.
Right? The zumbling, the humbling, the Zumbo improvement plan put into place. That's right.
And it's ongoing.
And you see the results,
Oh, my God, yeah. So much better. Night and day. Never has a plan worked out better than this.
Damn it. Damn it. I don't know what I was hoping for there, but that wasn't it. That was not it.
What? I said very positive things.
You did. You did.
What your problem is.
You did. Okay. All right. Well, way to own up, my brother.
Thank you.
Way to get in there and be like, look, I said this. Never happened. McGinley's.
Yeah, I haven't slept a wink.
I think we can put that down.
Thank you.
We can lay that burden down, my brother. Yes.
Thank you.
It feels good, right?
I can throw that stone into the ocean and let it go.
Indeed.
Elsa.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Let that shell drift onto the horizon line and then disappear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I love it.
Great.
What's next?
Well, we talked a while ago about, and we just mentioned our wonderful email address and our Blue Sky thing. And we've had a little bit of communication back and forth.
This excites me.
Yeah, so I just wanted to update you on some of the...
Because I'm not on social media.
That's right.
So this is going to be a regular check-in that we do, maybe on these episodes.
Maybe.
Where I get a little juice from this. I get a little action. I get a little caught up.
Yeah.
I get to be in the know a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So We did, in fact, get some emails, believe it or not.
I
You
believe
asked
it.
for them, you begged for them.
I often do. I like the interaction. I just don't want to do it personally.
So we did get a few emails.
Okay.
All from one of our listeners named Jason.
All from Jason.
Yeah, who's we thank you, Jason.
Welcome in, Jason. I don't feel like we've met before.
Oh, I think you have.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's going to be very hurt by that.
I'm
but that's
sorry,
okay.
Jason. Shit.
The zipping is just, it's going. We just need to keep going with it. That's all. It's happening. It's a process.
I meet so many Jasons. It's an endless stream of Jasons.
That's right.
In my life.
But Jason's been with us, through the other podcasts and everything. So he's a big fan. And we really appreciate you hanging with us, bruh.
It's so natural when you do it.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really authentic.
Well, he had written us a couple emails. One of them was
Let's get into it.
Regarding the...
What's on Jason's mind?
We did an episode about the 101 greatest screenplays of all time.
You're goddamn right we did.
On that list of the from the guild.
From the conference out west.
Exactly.
The Western Conference Guild.
Of the guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Western people.
Of course.
And he had one he wanted to add.
Oh, sweet.
That we didn't mention.
Sweet.
I don't know if I don't remember if it was on the list or not. But anyway, but it's the film A Bronx Tale.
A Bronx Tale.
The Chaz Palminteri.
It's a fine film.
Yeah. Based on Chaz Palminteri's play of the same title.
I'm not sure I realized Chaz wrote that.
Yeah, I think he did.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah, Chaz. This was like the Chaz's thing. This was his personal project, The Bronx Tale.
What do you know?
I think it's somewhat autobiographical. I've never seen it or know anything about it, but I think it's somewhat autobiographical to boot. So Chaz, well done, my friends. I'm glad you've seen it, so you can talk intelligently about it, because I don't know anything about The Bronx Tale.
You haven't seen A Bronx Tale?
No, it probably takes place in the Bronx, I'm guessing. But that's all I know.
It's a tale told from the Bronx.
That's your summary.
That's it.
Good. I'm glad I brought this to your attention. He also wanted to talk about, you remember we did an episode about other LA movies that we like all those other movies.
Of course I remember
We picked 5 or so, and then there were some also rans.
Of course.
Whatever. And he mentioned one we didn't mention, which is the Steve Martin joint LA Story.
Sure.
Have you seen this movie?
Sure.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen LA Story. No. And I love Steve Martin, but for some reason...
Wait, how have you never seen this?
I don't know. For some reason, I didn't watch it with my eyes. You know what I mean? I just skipped it.
I don't know. I can't... I can't watch it. That's $1.
That is $1.
Son of a bitch.
I just skipped it.
I mean, you were just so Arano in that moment. Like, I don't know. I just didn't watch it. It's a great movie. I think you I think you'll like it a lot.
I bet I would.
I think you'll like it a lot. Yeah.
I bet I would.
I haven't seen it in years, but I remember enjoying it a great deal.
Yeah.
Can we get back to A Bronx Tale?
Sure.
Because I feel like I shit the bed on that.
Yeah.
You made me feel like I shit the bed on that.
Good.
That's how I should say. Did you know De Niro directed it?
No, I did not know that.
How do you like them apples?
Huh. Was he also in it? I feel like he was in the movie too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And Chaz wrote it, right?
Chaz wrote it and was also in it.
Also in it, yeah.
So they were a writer, director, also starring in tandem. That's probably not typical.
Yeah, it's not super.
We haven't seen that before.
Common. Yeah, that's cool.
And that's it for star power. You get your Joe Pesci's.
Oh, all right.
You know? And then you just get a lot of Italian names from the hood, it seems like.
Right. But I've heard good things about it, for sure.
It's good. I wouldn't say, and I think Jason would agree, I don't think it's perfect. I think it's flawed here and there. But it's a great story. It's a unique story.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then I think the people from the Guild West really fucked up when they didn't put it on their fucking list.
It's a clown show over there. They're a mess. They're a goddamn mess, Jason.
All right, and he had an interesting idea.
Okay.
Which he brought to us, sort of in the vein of who would they play kind of thing, where he's sort of comparing and contrasting.
Are we playing this? What are we doing?
Well, I'll tell you what it is first, because it's a little complicated.
Fair.
And it kind of blew my mind when he told me about it. So
All right, I'm gonna settle in.
so he's taking the cast of like Glengarry Glen Ross and casting those characters as the characters in LA Confidential.
Oof,
Yeah. It's a tough one.
that is a gambit.
So actually, I put it back on him and I said, I don't even know where to start
Yeah.
with that. So I
Yeah.
said, do you have like an
You
example?
Weingartnered him, but good.
I did.
You were
tricked
like,
him.
I'm not doing this work. You do it. You fucking do it. You do it.
Mr. Big Ideas.
I'm not gonna do it. You do it.
Yeah. So he came up with a list, putting Glengarry characters into LA Confidential. It was really tough because like it's hard enough to cast actors who are trained to be able to portray various different kinds of people.
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas characters are designed to be a very specific thing.
Right.
And putting them in another character's story
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
is really tough
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not performing the same role, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not apples to apples.
Right.
As they
exactly.
say.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But anyway, he took a shot at it, and I
Okay.
thought I would share it with
Let's
you.
do it.
And get your thoughts.
Let me criticize this to the best of my ability.
Okay. So Shelley Levine
Shelley the Machine.
would be played by Dudley Smith.
Dudley Smith. It makes a lot of sense.
There you go.
Makes a lot of sense.
His note was the appropriate age for both.
Age is good.
Nice guy facade with anger and dishonesty underneath.
There's some range in there.
Yeah.
To be played. Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
love it. Agree with it.
Cool. Exley will be played by either Blake or Roma.
Well, I don't care for either of those. I just don't.
It's a tough one though because all the characters in Glengarry are so
Who's playing Vincennes
okay.
then?
Well, that's a good question.
Because what
Blake,
the fuck, Jason? What the fuck are we doing here?
Oh, he has the same Blake or Roma.
Yeah,
It's
if
the same.
right,
Yeah.
if it's
So
right.
you-
Okay,
you take
I didn't
the
realize.
opposite.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize. Okay,
So
then
pick one and then leave the
because
other for the
that's
other.
what you have to do here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oddly, Jason and I are on the same page.
See
I just
that?
didn't realize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you had read the email,
well, look, man. Who has time? I feel like the Roma Vincennes is the crossover
okay,
for me.
Okay,
They're- That's a similar characteristic, a similar vibe,
yeah, the superstar,
a similar
guy,
motivation to be played.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
guy that he's the juice, he's the style, he's
Yeah,
the,
and then Blake, top of the, he's all about being the top of the class, the best at the thing and everything. Even though he's kind of scummier than Exley, but he's all about being the best and
yeah,
leading the way and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And being ambitious.
you
That
can
makes
see him being
sense.
super ambitious.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay.
All right, I think we made it better.
Yes.
Because Jason clearly couldn't fucking decide. So we did it for him. Cool.
Let's see.
This is so great when you're the one that deals with them and I'm the one on the microphone
You like that?
talking about it.
Okay.
It's the best.
Dave Moss,
Sure.
played by Bud White.
Bud White. I think that's a 1-to-1.
Temper that can't be controlled.
It makes a
kind
lot of
thing.
sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Aaron O, played by Dick Stensland. Now, Jason did say he struggled with this one, and
It's
it is
a
a
tough one.
tough one.
That
Yeah,
is a
it's
tough one. Yeah. To his credit.
For Aaron, I would almost maybe go Ellis Lowe as Aaron O. Getting dangled out the window, especially in the dangling out
Yeah,
the window.
a little
scene.
more. A little more. I don't
Nebbishy.
want to go to lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting dangled out the window.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to get dropped on the sidewalk. I don't want to get thrown on the sidewalk from 10 stories up.
I don't want to have my head in the toilet. I don't want to have my head in the toilet.
Call them off, Exley. But he had D.A. Lowe playing Williamson, actually, which is also interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Go
It
on.
is. I just want to. I'll take a moment here
Sure.
outside of Jason's supposition and talk about how I've often thought that, that in our film, there's some, I don't know how to say it. There's some crossover between what Spacey is doing and what Exley is doing. In terms of the way, how do I say this? So like Williamson in Glengarry is a lot like Exley in L.A. Confidential.
Yeah, I got you.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's like the nerdy kind of like.
And the sort of the way that the staccato rhythm that they both use, and there's something very Kevin Spacey about his performance in L.A. Confidential.
Yeah, sort of condescending and like, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel that too?
I get where you're going. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
All right. I mean, I don't know that we'll ever get close to talking about that again. So
Probably not.
Yeah.
So that was your last shot at that.
Well, I really nailed it. I was really very clear.
You were.
I
right.
know. There was no struggling.
I loved it. Let's see. Larry Spannell, played by. He really went deep on this. I mean, he went all the way. Larry Spannell, played by Mickey Cohen. That's because he would do a good job.
Mickey's wife filled in a form.
And he gets plagued with prison. My wife sold some H. I don't know.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. I mean, I'll go with it.
Okay.
I'll go with it.
Jerry Graff
Uh-huh.
is Sid Hudgens.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
That makes
Slimy.
Leads.
Yeah,
He's going after the leads.
Going after the
following
leads.
after
Yeah,
leads, you know, that
definitely.
kind of thing, whatever.
Definitely.
And of course, Lynn Bracken would play Grace, the unseen, imaginary receptionist.
Lynn Bracken is how I've often pictured Grace. So that works out well.
And Jason says, in regards to that one, he would trust her with negotiable papers and cash. So, yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I like most of those.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
We just had to roll up our sleeves and get to the Roma or Blake nonsense.
That's right.
We got through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all good.
It is all good.
That's good.
I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great about that.
Good. And we got I got one note from our old friend Deacons, who's been listening, who wrote a while ago. He told me that like he listened to one of our things and PDB was running through his head, the jingle running through his head for a couple days after, which is great to hear.
Well, as you well know, I think it's the most superior jingle I've ever heard. I think it is.
You have said that.
It is the
before.
paramount jingle. because it has a point of view, and it's catchy AF.
Well, there you go.
And that's jingle magic.
It's a banger.
That's the crossover for where you want the perfect jingle to exist. It's right
It's
in
in
there.
the Venn diagram.
It's right in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Catchy AF.
Uh-huh.
Point of view.
All right.
Bada bing.
Bada bing.
What's the point of view? Makes his mama cry. It's the best fucking jingle. It's the greatest fucking jingle. You really killed it.
Good.
Deacons is right.
All right. Well, in the spirit of not being able to do a better jingle than that one,
Yeah.
we can do another segment now, which has a jingle.
Sweet.
We have two options if you want to pick one.
I get to pick?
If you want, I mean, I feel like I've been pushing this, rock up the hill here. So if you wanted to pick one of the other, not as a criticism. That's not a criticism. I'm just saying, like,
Whoa.
just in this episode, I'm talking about. What?
You had the agenda.
That's true.
You said I would like to push the rock up the hill.
Yeah, but
and then halfway up the hill, you're like, "Hey, man, why am I pushing this rock up the hill? Like, what the fuck?"
But all I really want to do is dick around.
I mean, god damn it! All right, I'll help. I'm happy to help. Let me jump in. What can I do?
Okay.
I'll do anything.
Well, do you want me to just choose one then?
No, well, no, I want to help. And that's not me helping, isn't it?
Well, I know that you had one thing that you wanted to do,
Right?
that we had.
Are we talking about the big three?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so we're kicking off a new segment here, which never done before. We'll see how it goes. And we like to call it, They Come in Threes.
They come in threes, they come in threes, and suit our main characters to varying degrees. From stooges to little pigs to the fucking Bee Gees. Watch out, they come in threes.
There you go.
It's just a prime example about how the same man can create the best jingle ever and then this one.
So the way this segment works is, So anything that comes in threes, similar to this Glengarry thing we just did, we're going to take those.
It's a great piggyback, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to take anything that comes in threes and compare it to our three protagonists in LA
The big
Confidential.
three in LA Confidential.
Exley, White, and Vincennes.
That's right.
And figure out where these other three things kind of fit with them. So, for example, if we were doing the Three Stooges,
Here we go.
you might say...
This is exactly right.
Yeah. So Mo, for example, would be Bud White.
You might say Mo is Bud White, although I would say Curly is Bud White.
Okay, Curly is Bud White.
I would say that.
Mo then is, let's say, Exley.
I would say that.
And then Larry is Vincennes, I guess. That's how it works. It's that simple. And that's stupid.
I think we could keep working on that.
Yeah, that one's not great. But we're going to keep working on it. So...
Wait, do Larry Fiennes saying I don't remember like Jack Vincennes, please?
I don't remember.
I can see it. I totally had it in my mind. You nailed it.
So, but you had a couple of these, at least one, right?
All right,
that you wanted to talk about.
are you kidding me?
Oh my God, look at that list.
I mean, come on.
Holy Christ.
I came correct.
You sure did.
I was like, even though this guy's begging to fucking roll the thing up the hill himself, I'll help anyway, because I know he's going to need it. Because that's the love I have in my heart for you, sir. I don't mean I'm obviously you don't have that for me in return, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I can live with it. But
I read
it's the love I have for you that allows me to absorb that hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. So the greatest basketball team ever assembled, you know this,
Yeah.
as well as the rest of the world should,
Sure.
is the 85-86 Boston Celtics.
Yeah, with the big three that they
the
had.
first big three, right?
Yeah.
Now every team has sort of a big three, and there's been several iterations of this idea.
Yep.
But the original big three is Bird, McHale, and Parrish.
Right. Larry Bird, Kevin McHale,
and the Chief Robert Parrish.
Robert Parrish.
That's right.
I wanted to say Lance Parrish, but I know he was a catcher.
That was a baseball player for the Tigers.
Yeah. and the Phillies.
Oh, and the Phillies.
Yeah.
Wait, when?
Yeah, he was traded. The Phillies made a big trade or signed him as a free agent or whatever late in sometime in the 80s, late in Mike Schmidt's career.
I was going to say Boa. What wasn't?
No, it was after Boa.
After Boa.
Yeah, when the Phillies were bad, like the late 80s.
I don't remember this at all.
It was around 86, 87.
Okay.
And he was a terrible... he
post
sucked.
Boa catcher was going to have to suck because Larry Boa was so fucking good. You know what
Larry
I mean?
Boa was a shortstop. You're talking about Bob Boone?
I might be talking about Bob Boone.
Bob Boone. Yeah. Bob Boone. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, Lance Parrish came in late 80s, and it was a disaster, unfortunately, because I loved Lance Parrish. He was awesome with the Tigers.
He was great with the Tigers.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah. But anyway, we're talking about Robert Parrish.
Robert Parrish. Yeah.
Double-
Shame on you.
I know.
It signed Hall of Fame picture on my wall, hanging framed, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's out in the living room. You've seen it.
Of course.
And then I also have a picture of the big three on the opposite wall, framed also and appropriately matted. I'll have you know, like an adult human male. I'm a big fan of this team, and they sort of shaped my character. But in relative relation to our big three,
okay,
I don't know how to present this as the best, but I'm going to work.
I think
go ahead.
I think we kind of like work it out. You know what I mean? Like you can have a suggested orientation.
I mean, I have the answer.
Yeah, and then
I have the.
I might argue.
To argue with this would be foolhardy, my friend. But I'm gonna start I'm gonna start with the lower end of the totem of the big three as I see it.
Okay.
Okay. So Bud White
Uh-huh.
is equivalent to Robert Parrish in my mind.
Okay. Why is that?
Enforcer.
Okay.
Smarter than people give him credit for.
Okay.
Right? Like does the right thing. Fights the right battles. And obviously fought heavily against injustice.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
I mean, the beatdown of Bill Lambier evidenced of that in one fell swoop. Then I have Edmund Exley being represented in the best character by Kevin McHale.
Okay.
Right.
And why is that?
Well, sir. He's slippery, a little hard to nail down.
Okay.
Right? He's ambitious. He's ambitious. He has, I think McHale was too. I feel like, and maybe this is just like this is sort of where it had to go, because the Bird and Vincennes thing also has to be what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Why is that?
Well, you talk about being the best at what you do. That's Jack Vincennes when he wanted to be, right? You talk about the style. I mean, Bird played with style. He played with style. Look. You can laugh all you want.
No, he was great. He was amazing.
That's not the question. A Hall of Famer, we know he was great, but he also made passes no one had ever seen before.
True.
Head fakes no one had ever seen before.
Yep.
Did things that made people go like, "How? I didn't even know you could do that on a basketball court."
Yep. True.
So he had the style. Like he played with flair.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And so does Jack Vincennes.
Yep.
Right. And then he gave so much so soon that we lost him a little early.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Bird didn't have the career that maybe he could have because of the way he played, and I feel like that is also represented in Jack Vincennes.
Okay.
He didn't have the career he could have had because of the way he went about the first part of his career.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's what I got.
It's hilarious because I knew you were going to come with those three, so I did my own version.
Well, I don't see how this is relevant from a Sixers fan who has no idea about the makeup of these gentlemen. But I'll listen.
You will?
I will.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had it this way. So I had Robert Parrish, known as the Chief, as Vincennes, because he's the oldest of the trio, and sort of the I don't know why else. That was the hardest one for me to do, but he was the oldest, so he's that. I had Mikhail as Bud White because I saw him more as the muscle because he had those big broad shoulders sticking out of that uniform and everything, and he was grabbing rebounds and shoving people out of the way and that kind of thing. So he was kind of the
clotheslining Kurt Rambis.
Clothesline Kurt. He was kind of the muscle and the
did a little of that,
elbowing people out of the way. And then Bird was Exley because he was like the golden boy. He was the youngest. Came in, was doing things nobody had ever seen.
I almost settled there, but I think the savvy and the style put it over the top for me.
Okay.
On this end.
All right.
But I hear you. Strong arguments being made. I just, there's an expert in the room, and there's a guy who liked Dr. J. And I don't, so, I'm just saying.
I got you. Okay, yeah. Well, then we're going with your trio.
Okay.
Then.
Oh, that's really?
Yeah,
I didn't know we had to pick one.
I don't think we have to.
I think both exist.
Yeah, we're just talking.
We just refer to them as we
talking about a thing. That's all we're doing.
We are just two fellas talking. This is how I'm avoiding paying the dollar. Are we two fellas talking about this?
I mean, actually, we are talking about it.
Okay.
All right, so that's how you play They Come in Threes.
I want to do you have some more? Or is that...
I don't have any.
You just came to challenge mine, but you didn't come up with any on your own.
No.
I see. So you deviated from an established idea that you had nothing to do with just to be contrarian, and then you came with nothing of your own. You created nothing. Okay.
I brought the jingle.
And it's a jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in. By the way, it's in three. It's in 3/4. So it's in 3 quarter time.
That's some clever shit that I didn't even catch.
See that? It's got 3-part harmony at the end. So it's all about the threes. So that is what I brought.
For those of you that don't know, Bill is an award-winning musician and songwriter, and he shows it every time he jingles for us. And it's a luxury and an honor to have you at our disposal.
Oh my God!
I mean it.
Okay.
You've written my favorite jingle of all time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that means a lot.
It's true.
It does.
It's true.
Okay.
I too, like Deacons, am singing PDB in my head sometimes just because it's delightful.
Well, that makes me very happy.
Well, you've made me very happy with your jingles.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, a quick little follow-up because I have to pay homage to the 2008 team.
Okay.
I've Pierce being Vincennes.
No, hold on. We got to tell people who we're talking about. Because while there is an expert in the room, not everybody listening will know.
But Paul Pierce,
Paul Pierce,
Hall of Fame basketball player
for the Boston Celtics.
For the Boston Celtics on the 2008 championship team.
And you had
16 seasons, stabbed 12 times, survived, superhuman.
Crapped his pants on the court.
They called him the captain.
Right.
I mean, look, we can talk about all the things or we can talk about some of the things. They called him the captain. They called him the truth. Shaquille O'Neal, in fact, called him the truth, and the nickname stuck.
There you go.
You know, and if Shaq's calling you the truth, you're the goddamn truth. You know what I'm saying?
And who were the other two guys?
Pierce has been Vincennes.
Well, give us the three first.
Oh, I got to give you the big three. All right, and Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett,
who you know, changed the culture of the Celtics.
The big ticket, was that his nickname?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Came from Minnesota, changed the culture, became something that was very important to the big thing, and then
led you to a championship.
That's right. And then the great shooter, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen,
right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part-time thespian Ray Allen.
I mean, if you've seen He Got Game, which I watched very recently.
Oh, did you?
As a matter of course, I watch it once a year, something like that.
All right.
It's a great film.
Spike Lee, right? Wasn't
Spike Lee? Yeah, of course.
great, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of
Denzel?
course.
Spike Lee?
Yeah, Denzel's really good in that. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's worth your time.
It is. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. And okay, so Ray.
Yes.
I'm gonna. Here's how we're gonna do this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, am I supposed to say what I think you're thinking, or am I supposed to say what I?
Yeah.
think?
Let's play it that way.
What I think.
Tell me what you think I thought.
Okay. So I'm thinking you're gonna go.
It seems so obvious to me.
This is tough, though. Actually, you're gonna go. Kevin Garnett is Jack Vincennes because he's the big ticket. He's the big V.
Fascinating.
He's, whatever.
Okay.
Or maybe not. Maybe Paul Pierce is the big V. Okay, Paul Pierce is the big V.
To me, he
Vincennes.
is. Yeah.
Okay, it's Paul Pierce.
Jack Vincennes gets stabbed 12 times and comes back and is like, fuck you guys. you call that a stabbing?
Now, didn't he crap his pants on the court one time too, Paul Pierce? What's that story about that?
I mean, that's the one you want to, that's the story you want to
Yeah, of course. It's the most entertaining thing he ever did.
All right, so he's having some intestinal distress and like a trooper, played through it. And he got a particularly hard foul, went down hard, and as we've all experienced at one time or another, was unable to control himself.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Intestinal distress. This man is a hero. And instead of like getting up and being like, hey, world, I crapped my pants, he called for the wheelchair. And at the time, it worked like a charm. You got to sit in the wheelchair, covered him with a towel, rolled him off the thing. But because he asked for the wheelchair, everybody was like, well, Paul Pierce isn't coming back to this game. He can't even walk on that leg.
Right.
And then I guess what they did was gave him a change of shorts.
And some Pepto-Bismol or something, yeah.
Some Imodium. And they let it fly with the meds, and they got him a change of shorts, and they let him clean up, I'm sure.
Yep.
And he came back onto the court, and people were like, what a fucking hero. He couldn't even walk a minute ago, and now he's on the court. But, we all came to find out that it was the intestinal distress.
How did you find out, though? Like, did he go to a press conference and be like, okay, people, I got to tell you the truth?
No, I think it was actually years later that somebody was like, I think what happened is, and here's some photo evidence to prove it. Like there was a little brown smudge on a thing. It was like the Zapruder film. It was like down and to the left. The shit stain ran down and to the left.
Someone was going through the Celtics garbage and found a pair of white shorts with a brown stain on it. Wait a minute.
Trash can Matt. Hey, that's what they call me. I mean, a humbling moment for our own Paul Pierce. Right.
But great, handled it well.
Handled it well. I think, now he's able to laugh about it like everyone. The truth is out there, as they say.
The truth. It was out there on the court that night, actually. Part of him, anyway.
Yeah. I bet the people immediately surrounding him knew. I bet they were like, what the hell is...
The teammates must have known, too, what had
sure.
happened.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, that's a great story. Okay. All right, so he's Vincennes.
Yeah, I have Pierce's Vincennes.
Okay, so in that case, Garnett obviously is Bud White.
That's right.
Yeah, clearly. Oh, yeah, because he pounded his chest.
He's a chest pounder. He's big. He was imposing. He made you feel him physically.
And Ray Allen was this skilled, sort of light touch
You get me.
guy who who hit the threes.
That's
and so
right.
he was Exley.
He was a mechanical operator. He knew where and when to go. He was
He could manipulate the defense to.
That's right.
So he could get open.
That's right.
Real shifty.
That's absolutely right.
Okay. All right.
You like that?
Yeah, that's great.
It's almost like the 08 squad fits our characters a little better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I had trouble with the McHale and Bird combo. That it was a little difficult.
Yes.
So the next trio I did is this is my third favorite trio.
Okay. Are
And
these all Celtics?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now we're moving into the rock and roll genre.
Oh, okay. All right. This is fun.
And you know who my favorite power trio
I sure do.
is, right?
Yeah.
Tell the good people.
It's Rush.
It's Rush.
The Canadian prog rock band Rush.
Enormous fan of each of them, of all of their work. That their library is unparalleled in terms of rock and roll musicianship. Like you're never going to get close to it. Everyone can stop trying. I hear people coming at me with yes. Sometimes I'm like, are you listening with ears that are working? I don't know. They're the greatest. They're the greatest.
And you've seen them in concert like dozens of times, right?
Up into the early 20s.
Okay.
23, 24 times.
Yep.
Yeah. Every time they've come through where I've been, I've seen them.
All right.
So big fan.
Yep.
And some of you might not even care, but you know the big three.
Yeah.
We got Neil Peart, considered the greatest rock and roll drummer ever by many.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Alex Lifeson, who is buried on a band with two phenomenal musicians, so his virtuosic musicianship often gets overshadowed.
But I don't think so. I think he's like when he has his moments, it's like holy shit. Look
For
at that
sure,
guy go,
I
you know?
agree. I agree with you, but it seems like as the discourse unfolds, there's a lot of Geddy Lee talk, there's a lot of Neil Peart talk, and Alex gets the short shrift, but he's shredding.
Yeah, and he's the
shredding.
He's the guitarist of the three.
Yes.
He plays the various guitars
Yes.
on the tracks. Yeah.
Yes.
Electric guitar, acoustic guitar, you name it. Yeah.
Shredding.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
And frankly, for my money, the most talented of the trio is Geddy Lee, who's on the bass, on the keyboards,
On the vocals.
playing foot pedals, playing chords with foot pedals. Like he's just he's crazy. He's crazy talented. So knowing what we know about them,
Yep.
you want to,
Oh, man.
do you want to?
Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, I'll take a crack at it.
I
though.
know you will. I think you're going to nail it, actually.
Let's see. Okay, so Geddy Lee, he's the front man. So I think he's Vincennes. Oh, no, I didn't get it.
You didn't get, but I'm willing to hear your argument.
Because he's kind of the star of the band in a way.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Uh-huh.
But I think people who know the band probably would say that Peart is the star of the band.
A lot of people would say that.
And
yeah.
that would make him Vincennes.
That's what I did.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Okay, so Peart is Vincennes
For
because
sure.
he's the superstar. You know, he's got the style, like he's doing it the way no one had ever done it before.
That's right.
Okay. Then in that case, Geddy is on the bass.
That's right.
So he's going to be Bud White. He's down there at the bottom, beating on people. Big bottom Bud.
I mean, I love that. That's not what I had, but I do love that. Big bottom Bud. You're saying because of the instrument
Yes.
is sort of the backbone.
Yeah, and his voice doesn't go. I mean, I guess his voice doesn't go with Bud White to me. In a way, because Geddy's got a very high pitched
And
kind
I
of squeaky
think
voice.
if you were to put a wig on Guy Pearce and and made him stand really far away with a bass, you'd be like, that might be Geddy Lee.
All right, so Geddy Lee is Exley. So tell me why Geddy Lee has Exley.
Because he's just so precise.
Okay.
The precision in his movements and his things, like he's a very technical musician, and rightfully so.
He's juggling a lot of different things.
He's doing
at
a
once.
lot of things,
Okay.
right? He can do almost anything, and he's great at it. He's the golden boy.
Okay.
He is the glue of that band musically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then Alex Lifeson would be Bud White, obviously,
Bud White.
because he's sort of operating behind the scenes. He's sort of like not the one that's out there getting the headlines
That's
and
right.
bringing the cameras.
Yes.
He's just quietly over there doing his job,
Yes.
figuring out where he fits in
Yes.
and all that kind of stuff.
And he's shredding.
Right.
Like when it's time to open up and let Bud White shine, look the fuck out.
Right. He's going to shred your face.
Here comes Alex Lifeson to just all over everything. Yeah.
All right. Good.
You feel good about that?
I like it. Yeah. It's great.
How do you feel about this segment?
So far,
Feel like it's going okay?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Here's the next trio. There are
I didn't know there would be so many. That's,
well, that's why I'm asking. Would you like me
okay.
to stop?
I don't know. What do you
You're
think?
flying this bird.
I don't know. Well, let's do one more.
Well, one more, huh?
Get it? Can we do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
All right. Cool.
All right. So are these? There's a big three and another favorite movie of mine.
Oh.
That's right. The Untouchables.
Oh. Okay, so we're talking to Elliot Ness.
That's right.
And Malone,
That's right.
obviously.
That's
and
right.
then George Stone,
That's
I suppose.
right. That's exactly right.
Okay. When we're leaving poor Charles Martin Smith in the elevator dead with his blood smeared all over the inside of the elevator, hanging up in there.
Spelling untouchable.
Spelling touchable.
Hanging.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You hate to see a young man go down in the line, Jimmy. Yeah, we're just going to leave him there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we have to.
Gone too soon.
He's not
say?
a big three. He runs with the big three for a minute, gets a little whiskey out of the back of the fucking truck, and then then we lose him.
It was his whole idea to get him on tax evasion.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah. Does he carry a gun?
All right, look, I had 7 other things. Does he carry? Yeah.
Does he carry a badge?
Carry a badge?
Then he should carry a gun.
Carry a gun.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But we can do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so this is easy. This is so easy.
Oh, look at
my
this.
God,
I love the
easy.
confidence.
Okay. George Stone. All right, maybe
You
it's not
started
so
with
easy.
the hardest one. You started with the hardest one.
Did I?
I think make another
I think
association
Malone,
first. Start with Ness. Start with Ness.
Ness.
Yeah.
Ness. Okay,
Who's Elliot Ness?
I was going to say he's Exley
Yes.
because he's all about doing the right thing,
100%.
and doing it according to
He's
the
a by the book
rules,
guy.
by the
Yeah.
book guy,
Uh-huh.
all that kind of stuff.
All that.
Okay, so that's easy.
You did it.
Malone.
Yeah.
No, this is where he's the oldest one, and he's got like
True.
he's
I
crafty.
didn't account for age much
Then
when I
he's-
did
then
this
he's
kind
Bud
of-
White then.
That's right.
Because he'll pound on you, and he's going to do it the Chicago way,
That's exactly right.
and he's going to take you down.
He
through
was the strength of the unit.
brutality, take you down
Exactly.
through the brutality.
Exactly.
Okay, and that leaves George Stone to be
Vincent.
Vincent. He's handsome, good-looking, very talented, smooth,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah. Said cool shit.
Said cool shit.
Much better than you stinking Irish pig.
Exactly. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, we did it.
Yay!
We did it. I'm going to quickly let you know the ones you missed out on.
No, leave them for another time. We'll do this again.
Oh, we're going to do this again?
Yeah, we're going to do this again.
We're gonna
Tons
do
of
this
times.
again?
Yeah, this is a segment. We'll just come back and do them all the time.
I thought we were burning it.
No,
here.
it's not a one and done.
All right, sweet.
We're going to come back and do it a million times.
We fucking did it.
Hopefully.
We did it.
Yeah, we did that.
Chipmunks.
Chipmunk.
That's right.
Oh,
That's what you have to look forward to.
okay. I will look forward to that.
Okay, great.
So yeah, but thank you. Those were awesome.
Oh, sweet.
I'm glad you got to get your Celtics out there on the floor.
You know how I love to get them out there.
I know.
And
Get 'em running
compare them
around.
to stuff.
Now, if those two squads you mentioned were to play each other in 3-on-3, which team wins?
The 86 Celtics team.
Yeah, Bird and McHale.
And
Parrish.
handily.
Yeah.
that is my feeling, yeah.
They do definitely have size mismatch.
Somebody has to guard Kevin McHale.
Yeah, and there's only
Who's that going to be? Ray Allen?
And if and if you put Kevin McHale on, or if you put him on Kevin McHale, then no one's guarding Parrish that's big enough to cover him.
I feel
So
like
that's
Parrish
gonna be-
and Garnett is the matchup, and then
Yeah.
Bird and Pierce is the matchup, but that leaves
Yeah,
McHale
then-
on Ray Allen.
you're never going to get a rebound if you're the,
Yeah.
the 85 team.
And
Or
McHale's
the-
pretty
whatever,
good
08
at
team.
guarding perimeter players for being a 6'11" guy with 7'5" wingspan.
Yeah.
Like he was very good at guarding perimeter guys. So I think he could bother Ray Allen a little bit.
All right, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do today was another news segment we've
And
never
Rush
done.
would play a better song than either one of those two teams. Probably.
But who would win in 3-on-3 basketball? Rush against the 85 trio.
Yeah, I'd give that to Rush. Totally.
Definitely. So there's another segment I've been wanting to do for a while. We haven't been able to do it for whatever reason, but I figured since this is just a dick around, we'd do it this time. And it's called What You Watching.
Time to talk about what you see on the TV or the movie screen. Was it good, bad, or in between? What you're watching when you're watching what you're watching.
And this is just where we talk about what we've been watching.
I love it.
And I wanted to highlight a couple things.
Yeah.
And I think you did too, right?
I got a
Hopefully.
thing
Good.
I've been watching.
Good.
Or I just watched.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I wanted to say I watched a movie from 1981 starring our good friend Ed Harris.
81 Ed Harris.
See if you can come up with
I don't think I could.
It's I think it's like a rare thing.
It sounds it.
And it's about it's called Night Riders. Have you ever heard of Night Riders?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's about a group of like a community of motorcycle jousters.
I'm sorry. It sounded like you said motorcycle jousters.
I sure did.
But I couldn't have heard that right.
That's what exactly.
It must have
what
been something else.
No, that's what you heard.
Motorcycle
correctly.
jousters.
Motorcycle jousters. So it's a movie about a community
I'm sorry.
of motorcycle jousters
Yes.
led by Ed Harris. There's no way I was not going to watch this movie when I heard about it.
They're like opposing gangs? Are they like
So they're
single warriors?
They're kind of like a community, like a Renaissance fair sort of community. So they live sort of by their own code, sort of, when you're in this group of motorcycle jousters, and they travel around and they put on motorcycle jousting shows.
Hell yeah.
So they will take on each other
You're goddamn
in
right.
jousting, and they're like knights at Sir So-and-so and Sir So-and-so. And Ed Harris, who used to be a famous motorcyclist in his character, and his character was a famous like motorcycle
Evil
race.
Knievel?
Yeah, like a racer, motorcycle racer or
all
something.
right, okay.
But who's retired now or whatever.
Oh, I love
he's
this.
the king of
I
the
love
whole.
this.
He's the king, and if any of the jousters like get to the point where they beat all the other jousters, they can challenge the king and then take him on if they want to. But no one challenges him because he's so good. You know what I mean? So they ride around on these motorcycles. They're decked out with like armor kind of on the front, you know, so that they have the spears,
They
and
have
they have
the whole like regular old jousty things.
and they have mechanics who like, you know, serve, you know, give them the jousting sticks. That's not the word. And yeah, it's a very strange movie. Not great. You know, it's a bit of a slog.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah.
It's not great. Huh.
Written and directed by George A. Romero, who done a lot of like
I've
horror
heard,
and stuff.
I know that name.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
But it's interesting if you can find it for free. I wouldn't spend money on this thing. It's very hard to find. I found it because a colleague of mine, friend of mine, gave me access to his Plex server. Plex, where he has all sorts of strange movies and tons. He's just got so much content on it. It's crazy. So I've been watching all kinds of stuff.
Look at you guys
on there. And this is one of the first things I watched because another colleague told me it was on there. And I was like, wait a minute, it's Ed Harris in a motorcycle jousting movie?
I mean,
I'm watching that.
You just say motorcycle jousting movie, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll give it a shot.
Right? Doesn't it sound
Then
good?
you tell me Ed Harris is in it?
I know.
And I am running, not walking.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, 1981, and it's all done, like, there's not a lot of special effects because it's a low budget
Right,
thing.
but how are the stunt pieces? Are they, because there's got to be a ton of them, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few, like jousting matches and things. And, it's...
It's a very lukewarm reaction to how good they were.
Like I said, there's no special effects. It's all practical stuff.
Sure.
So all the motorcycle crashing and all that kind of stuff is there, and it's just practical.
And they do it. Yeah.
They do it, and whatever. So it's, out of curiosity, it's worth, getting on your TV for a few hours if you have the inkling.
Okay.
But it just buckle up that it's not a great movie.
Okay.
But yeah. So I thought that was really fun.
Okay.
You got one?
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it really does.
But also, like, laughable. Was it a little laughable?
It takes itself pretty seriously.
But did you find yourself like chuckling at it at all?
Like, oh, this is so bad, it's good. That
like
kind of thing. No. I don't think it's that kind of movie that like takes itself. I think it's I didn't. The one thing to look out for though is there's a Stephen King is in it as a cameo, playing like a typical drunk American in the audience of these jousting shows, where he's like, "Yeah, go get him, blah, blah." He's just in a pair of overalls and just being crazy.
Okay.
It's that's the level of movie we're talking about. It's
okay.
It's I don't know what to say about it.
But you liked it.
It's bad. I would never watch it again.
But you liked it? You're happy you saw it?
Yes, I'm happy I saw it. I feel like, I survived it. I got through it, and I'm glad that I saw it because it's just the
You're
weirdest
a better
thing.
man for it.
Yeah, I feel like knowing that this exists is great, and having seen it for myself.
Yeah. It's
better.
Better knowing this exists in the world and you've seen it than you've not seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair. I kind of feel that.
And Ed Harris is pretty good. You know, he's his usual like
he's always really good.
intense self, and he's like totally naked at the beginning. So if you want to see that too, check it out. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we saw that in something else.
Probably.
In Pollock, I think he was.
Oh, he might have been
a few times,
rolling around in paint,
rolling
or something.
around and stuff. Yeah, and vomiting.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I watched something recently that I thought was amazing. It only dawns on me in this very instance, this moment right now, that I might have talked about it on this podcast already. So if that's true, I'll shift gears and talk about something else.
Okay.
But in between watching the NBA playoffs, which has been a lot of my watching recently, and Runaway Jury, which has been the other thing I've been watching when the playoffs aren't on, because I just keep watching that movie right now. I watched this movie called September 5.
Oh.
Did we talk about this?
No, I don't think I've heard about this.
Okay, it got some Oscar noms, and it's about the Munich terrorist attacks.
Oh.
But it's told in this really, really fantastic way. It covers completely the ABC sports team that was there covering the Olympics, and they're the ones that covered the story, despite all the sort of pressure they were getting from their network and pressure they were getting to cover the story and not kill themselves.
Right.
But they were like, we're 250 yards away from where this is actually happening. We're going to cover this story.
Right.
And so there's a lot of those old like ABC sports guys that are like represented in this movie, and there's a lot of the bureaucracy of the network and how that came into play, and I loved it. I was like enwrapped.
I've heard of this movie.
It's like an hour and 45 minutes, and I didn't get up. I didn't look away.
Oh.
Like I didn't pick up my phone. I was like throughout. I was like in. It was great.
That's great. I heard about it. I heard an interview on NPR one day with someone who's in it or wrote it or directed or something, and they talked all about it, and it did sound very interesting.
It's so good, dude. I can't recommend it enough.
Nice. September 5.
September
called, right?
5, yeah.
And if you want to see and I have to mention this movie because you said Munich, but the movie Munich,
yeah,
the
also
Steven
great.
Spielberg film, is fantastic.
Also great, yeah.
Which is about sort of the aftermath of that attack.
That's right.
It would be a great double feature.
It would be. It really would be.
It'd be very depressing.
It really
double
would
feature,
be.
But a great. That's a great movie too.
And this one has a Skarsgård. So
there you go.
Yeah,
you love that.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I mean, guilty as charged. I'm a Skarsgårdian.
Which Skarsgård is in it?
It's Peter.
Peter. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No?
I said that wrong because there are two kinds.
Oh.
There's a Skarsgård and a Sarsgaard.
Oh.
And Peter is a Sarsgaard.
Oh. Okay.
I just I want to alleviate the housekeeping.
Please.
Yeah. So that's what I've been watching.
That's
buddy,
a good one.
And it was great.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I caught up through this Plex server also the Indiana Jones movies I hadn't seen in their entirety.
Look the fuck out.
So that would be the 4th and the 5th one.
That's the Crystal Skull. And
Dial of Destiny.
Rides Again.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Dial of Destiny. Yeah. And kind of wish I had never seen them.
Bill hates new things.
I don't know if it's that.
No, I know it's not. I know. It's just a fun little thing that we do. But.
Yeah. But I think those movies are so inferior to 1 and 3.
Yes.
That it's hard. And then I don't know.
The last one was fine. Like I was like, okay, you tied up some loose ends. You paid off some stuff.
Yeah.
We can lay it down now.
Right.
We can all walk away. And
right.
celebrate the good times and not think too much about the Crystal Skull times. Right. And we'll let it go off into the distance.
Yeah.
And they did that okay.
Yeah.
No other really good way to do that after they fucked it all up with the previous film. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, the Crystal Skull just didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, like, is this kid going to be the new Indiana Jones? We're passing the hat and the whip to him? Is that what's happening?
Right.
Because that's what it seemed like part of the way through, kind of almost, you know? And then Marion all of a sudden appears in the jungle for no reason.
There's Marion.
It's just like the whole thing was just, and then it's aliens at the end. Like the whole thing just made very little sense.
Really not good.
Not good.
Not
no,
good.
Not good.
Really good. Really, I mean, really bad.
Yeah.
Really good at messing up the franchise is where my head was.
Yeah. And the fifth one, it did try to recapture some of the
And it
stuff.
grounded it again a little.
A little, yeah.
A little. I'm not,
And
it didn't save it. But
No, really took a swing at the end,
Yeah.
with the whole time travel thing,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
But at least it makes sense in that, like, oh, Indiana Jones has been studying ancient things his whole life.
Right.
Wouldn't he be tempted by staying in ancient times
Right.
and learning all about it or whatever?
For sure.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but still, it's not not.
No, that franchise is a 3-movie franchise, if you ask me.
It really-
and that's it.
Well, I feel like when they made the first 3, right? Okay, now you've gotten 66%, or no, yeah, 66% of your franchise is really good,
Right.
right? And then there's the other movie,
Right.
and now you've made it 5 movies,
Yeah.
and you've lowered your batting average,
Yeah.
because you still only got 2 good movies,
Right,
in the
right,
whole,
exactly.
in the whole thing,
Exactly.
So it wasn't. I don't feel it was really worth it to go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and even the one of the first 3 that is all the clearly inferior one is still better than 5 and 6.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I
yeah.
rewatched it recently.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's all yeah.
but not quite as ridiculous.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I watched that, and
Well,
then
I'm glad you did. I
yeah,
really
I feel
am.
like I felt
you're-
like I needed to get through it. You know what I mean? To catch up.
And you're at least giving Joy a chance.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
You're like offering it an instance to come into your life.
Exactly. Come here, Joy. Give me a hug.
Didn't this time.
No,
But it might.
No, it might.
On the next invitation.
That's right.
So I
That's
love
right.
that for you.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. One other one I want to tell you about. I'm really excited about.
Let's do it.
So this movie is an old movie.
Okay.
From 1947.
47.
Which I've had like recorded in my movie collection for a long time.
Okay.
But I never watched it. And like the little blurb, you know how like when you see a movie in like the TV listings or whatever, it'll say the title and like what year it was made, and then it'll have a little blurb about like the plot essentially.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
And when I was reading that, it says something like, this visually arresting, film, which kind of I'm like, okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then the second half of the description is like about nuns starting a new convent in the Himalayas or something like that. And then I'm like, well, I think I'm out on
Hold
that.
up. Visually arresting.
Yeah.
About nuns.
Yeah. Starting a new convent.
Those two things
In
seem
the Himalayas.
incongruous.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand.
I don't either.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's called Black Narcissus is the name of the movie.
Okay.
And I finally watched it one time. I watch a lot of movies during my travels, like when I'm out of town.
Sure.
After my work day.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll grab a movie, I'll put it on my iPad, and I'll watch it.
Right.
And this movie just blew my mind. I think it's so good.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing, and it really is visually arresting. I mean, there are
Really?
shots in this, and segments in this, and sequences where you're just like, holy shit, this was 1947. Yeah, it's really good. It stars Deborah Carr, who is a wonderful actress, nominated for 6 Academy Awards for Best Acting or whatever.
Okay.
She's been in a lot of stuff, other movies that she's really good in, and she's really good in this.
Right.
And it's just an odd, really, just an odd movie where you just kind of get sucked in. It's one of those movies that just kind of sucks you in. You're just like, this is what is this? This is great. I love this. It's very different from like movies of its time. And it's just really fascinating.
It is fascinating.
There's a film critic named David Thompson, who I don't know who he is or what he did or if he was a good film critic or not. But he had an interesting quote about the movie that I wanted to share.
Please do.
He said, Black Narcissus is that rare thing, an erotic English film about the fantasies of nuns.
You know that thing.
Yeah.
That old
It's
thing.
very rare to find one of those around. But I highly recommend this movie. It is. I think it's terrific. I mean, you're going to have to get yourself into the mindset of like, this is an older movie. It's from 1947. It is in color. So it's got that going for it.
Yeah.
For modern audiences.
So you're saying
And
it
it's
still has
amazing.
all of the things that like make an older movie harder to watch.
Some of the things, like it's in color at least, so it's not black and white,
Right.
which sometimes people have
I don't
a
mind
problem
black
with.
and white, right?
But it's an older movie, so the acting may feel stilted or
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little stiff compared to what
Yeah,
we're used to now.
That stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But I think it's a remarkable remarkable film.
Moonspinner 55 says it's one of the most 3 gorgeous films ever made.
There you go. And no one would know better than Moonspinner 55.
Moonspinner 55 is, they're the authority.
The moon doesn't spin itself,
That's absolutely right. Yeah, no. And Tittyfucker 72 says it's a personal rumination. So there you go.
There you have it.
It seems widely appreciated.
It really is.
Yeah.
Moon spinners, titty fuckers alike can come together.
Everyone can agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come together on this.
So I should give this a look-see, but it seems like it's gonna be hard to find.
I have it, so you just let me know.
All right.
And,
yeah, we could put it on a hard drive or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'd love that.
Yeah, cool. And those of you at home, it appears on like Turner Classic Movies every once in a while too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because it's a classic. And so, it's around.
Okay.
If you can find it. I highly recommend it.
Let's
Like I said,
all
it's
watch
really
it.
cool. Yeah,
It'll
it's
be
cool.
like a movie club.
Hey, yeah.
As opposed to a book club. And then when we do one of these, the next one of our Kentucky fuck arounds, we can talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be
All right.
great.
Okay.
So if you do watch it or you know the movie already, let us know what you think of it. Maybe you hate it, maybe you love it. I don't care. Just let me know.
No, I mean, yeah.
And then we can talk about it
Okay.
because that'll be fun.
It will be fun. Sort of watching the trailer as we speak.
Are you watching the trailer?
Yeah, it's pretty visually stunning.
Visually arresting,
Yeah,
right?
it really is. Yeah. All right.
You have your right to remain silent while you're watching this.
It's arresting. That's good.
Well, I think, dicked around as much as I was going to.
I got no more dick arounds in me.
To. The
Yeah.
agenda, we've checked off all the items on the dick around agenda.
Look, man, you kept us on the rails.
Good.
It's important stuff.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So important. And we'll be back with like a regular, more regular episode.
Well,
next
tell the
time.
people what's next, Bill.
I don't even know. That's
Oh.
the whole thing, right? But there is one episode there is one episode we need to go back in the spirit of cubism and catch up on, which I think we missed.
Come on.
No.
You were going to tell me about that.
And that's what I'm here to tell you about right now. Because I can't believe we did this. But we did how the past couple episodes we did Exley and Dudley at the same time, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, we did a whole scene prior to that where there were 2 important characters in it, and we only ever really talked about one. And that was, we did Vincennes and we did Spacey.
Yeah.
But we never did a Sid Hudgens and Danny DeVito.
And Danny DeVito.
I mean, how could we skip? I mean, I know he's easy to overlook because of his height.
Like physically.
Physically, I was just, I didn't see you there.
I didn't, yeah.
But
I think we were focused on the big 3, but you're right.
were,
that
yeah.
was an oversight.
yeah, at some point we'll
Let's
have
go
to
back and get some DeVito in us.
Yeah, or maybe we save it until we get to his
Could wait for the next round.
the montage.
Yeah.
The next montage.
His
Maybe
next
pick it up
little
there.
voiceover
Yeah,
montage thing.
but
yeah.
we got to cover Danny DeVito because he's amazing.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
So look forward to that coming soon.
Yeah, we got it. I can't. I'm kind of shocked we didn't either. but
I know, right? And we did the whole opening montage, and he was there
We
in
did.
voice, and we didn't really talk
talked a
about
little
him.
about him, but we didn't give him his due.
No, we
didn't
didn't.
give him his due.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we'll have to do that.
That's a good call.
Yeah. So look forward to that soon, and then I don't know what'll be next. Frankly, we'll just have to figure it out, and then.
Well, at least that's something to look forward to.
There you go.
The
Exactly.
DeVito of it all.
Yeah,
All right.
and whatever else it is.
All right.
So, well, thanks everybody.
Appreciate you, Bill.
Appreciate you, Matt, and all you guys out there. Thanks for writing us, and keep it coming so we can do more thick rounds in the future. Because that would be good.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we do, really.
Pretty much.
You know, and we call these ones where we dick around even more. Dick around.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, well, thank you all.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.